Hello there and good morning. Last night in her address to the nation, Theresa May attempted to go over the heads of the House of Commons and appeal directly to the people to help her get that terrible mess of a withdrawal agreement of hers, or whoever actually wrote it, panting and gasping over the line after this marathon display of constant resuscitation. When what we should really be doing is leaving it to expire in some remote hedge somewhere. But in her speech, she probably helped the Leave cause by trashing the democratic body that is the House of Commons and in the process taking a public pop at half of her own MPs. This came on the back of her attack on MPs during Prime Minister's questions earlier in the day, when she basically told the occupants of the green benches that they had spent far too long identifying all the flaws in her EU colony status deal. Great way to win over support, eh? But her statement to the nation last night showed a real Westminster bubble mentality. She talked at us like we have no idea about what is going on in the corridors of power. It's like she thought that us plebeian voters toil at our jobs all day and have no comprehension of what our elected representatives are up to. She's trying to blame everyone else for her inability to force her non-Brexit deal through. They're all against you, but I'm on your side, she tried to suggest. Give me a break. Sounds more like arrogance to me. It sounds like she doesn't think that anyone outside of Westminster or the city reads the newspapers or watches the news. And if we do, she might think that we all take everything put out by the BBC as gospel. Surely she must see from social media that her deal is hated across the board, on the left and on the right and on both sides of the Brexit divide. Has she not gauged the rising levels of anger and frustration in the country as all they can see for their future is more and more uncertainty as the establishment tries ever harder to engineer a way to keep us in the European Union? You do have to wonder who's advising her on all of this, don't you? The only person to blame for the failure of her deal is Theresa May, because she has taken the rotten deal we have as members of the European Union and, as far as I can see, purposely presented us with an even worse alternative, when there are far better options out there that she has not even bothered to look at. I no longer care who authored the deal or where it originated. She is the one who is presenting it to us. And as far as I can see, the only MPs grimly propping this deal up are those that want an easy life, those that put party above country, those that put personal ministerial ambition above country, and those that haven't read the proposed treaty document, or if they have, they haven't understood it. I'm wondering if the next week will see our PM descend further into this dire pit of near paranoid-sounding rhetoric, taking with her what's left of the reputation of this country that she and so many of her fellow politicians have shredded. Those outside the Westminster elite can see that most of our politicians either want to keep us in the EU or tie us down with the PM's deal. They can see that most politicians are arguing about how to keep us in the EU in some form or another. Most can see that Mrs May blames MPs for not taking her route to Remain, and Remainer MPs blame her for not just keeping us in as is. And people can see that only a minority of MPs want to offer the UK a proper exit from the EU. Theresa May must go, the Tories must go, Labour must go, and in fact the vast majority of the MPs sat in the House of Commons must go. With the reason being that while they are sat there, they will be conniving constantly on how to keep the UK under the EU thumb, however much damage and uncertainty it causes. It's just that most of those MPs don't believe Mrs May's deal is the best way to do it. Now, here's a little known fact. The next EU MEP elections, which is one of the many factors causing Theresa May such a headache, should have been held from the 6th to the 9th of June. But early last year, the EU took the decision to bring them forward by 2 weeks to the 23rd to the 26th of May because it would be impossible to hold them on the expected dates. Although the reason that makes it impossible is not clearly stated as far as I can see. Now, 2 weeks early doesn't sound much, but the timing of it and the pressure it is applying on Brexit is actually quite significant. But whatever you do, don't join those dots. Anyway, what do you think? Please leave a comment below, and thank you for watching.